What's up, everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. Coming at you again today with another G.I. Joe toy review. Today we're looking at Snake Eyes Ninja Commando from the Rise of Cobra line. We got quite a few of these Snake Eyes figures in this particular series set. And so we're just going to take a look and see what this one is, what makes it a little bit different, and see if it's worth picking up or not. So stick with us. This is Snake Eyes, the Ninja Commando. Traditional Rise of Cobra box art. The actual painting over here on the side looks really nice, really crisp. The figure isn't working quite as well for me as that painting does, but still, we'll get to that in a second. Flipping it over to the back, we've got file card, G.I. Joe blurb, more characters. All in all, standard packaging. It works. No big whoop one way or the other. I do like the box art, but beyond that, whatever. Let's go ahead and slice this thing open and get into the figure. We got a lot of Snake Eyes figures. He is, without a doubt, the most popular character in the franchise, which stands to reason they would want to capitalize on that and give us as many figures as possible. I sometimes get a little bored of all these characters or figures, interpretations of Snake Eyes, but I'm not right now, so let's see what this one has to offer for us. The insert here. I see Storm Shadow here on the side, so this is obviously going to be the Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow poster. Some of the other vehicles and toys from the line. Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow. Alright, back to the figure itself. Let's go ahead and take this thing out. We'll start with this crazy looking weapon here. This one is a little bit unique here. We have a cool looking grappling hook zipline thing. So, we load the cannon. You fire the missile. It attaches somewhere, and then you kind of swing down on this cool looking skyhook thing. So, while I really don't like these things, I do appreciate that they're trying something different with this one. And this skyhook is probably enough to put it in my good graces. So, I'll set that to the side for now and look at the rest of the actual figure. We've got his backpack here. His sidearm, which is an Uzi. Pretty nice. His standard katana. The figure itself, fairly decent looking. And the figure stand. So all in all, a fair amount of accessories here. Not too extravagant. We've seen much better in the past, but still, the little skyline zipline thing is kind of growing on me. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this thing and take a closer look. We'll start with the figure stand like we normally do here. Snake Eyes on the front, the general dog tag motif going on here, so nothing crazy or anything like that, so we'll put it to the side. We're going to take another look here at the crazy oversized missile launcher weapon-y thing here. Detail level on this thing is pretty nice. The handles are again that flimsy plastic we've seen in some of the rest of these. Not a fan of that, but all in all, this one works pretty well. Nice details. A little red arrow thing pointing to the front, I guess. The firing mechanism works really well. And again, it does have this crazy zipline skyhook thing that actually works pretty well. So you stretch the wire tight and then you just kind of swing from one side to the other. So that's actually kind of cool. It's something unique we've not seen in a lot of these yet. Harkens back to the old Zaymont Tomax skyhook thing. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty standard issue backpack here. Nice glossy black. A lot of pouches, a lot of detail work on this thing. Not a whole lot else going on. It does have a spot there so you can slide his sword in it. And you can do that for either side. So that's a bit of a plus. And it comes out pretty easily. So while we're at it, let's look at the sword here. Pretty much the same katana we've seen in all the other Snake Eyes figures from the movie line. Some nice detail work on it. Then we've got his sidearm, the Uzi pistol, which got some nice detail on it as well. Nothing special though. And then we come to the actual figure itself. I will start out by telling you what I don't like. And let's see how well we can actually pick up on this. So if you notice closely, this is the one that has his face kind of molded into it. And that was always a negative to me. I don't like seeing his mouth. And that kind of bugged me in the film itself too, so it's not just here with the figure. It was in the movie too. And I can't really blame them for doing what they did there, but for me it just didn't work. It's a little off-putting for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Moving past that, the actual figure itself looks really nice. It's got some nice highlights on it, so you can see the Ninja Clan symbol on his shoulder. Some nice silver buckles and things, pouches and stuff. Nice detail work in his pants and his boots specifically. A lot of really cool details here. His crazy looking backpack thing, shoulder strap thing, which kind of looks to me like it's upside down. So if you were to take his katana, you can slide it in right there. And it does hold it in place, but it's just kind of weird that it can fall out fairly easily. Which to me, if it was flipped the other way, it would make a whole lot more sense. But it still works, so we won't take points off for that or anything like that. He does have a knife molded in here on the side of it, but it's non-removable, which sucks, but it still looks pretty decent. We can get the light to hit it just right. Same thing for his pistol. It's molded into his web gear, and it's non-removable, so boo. Other than that, the sculpt itself looks really nice. Nice musculature here. Articulation-wise, the head does move 360 degrees. Standard shoulder joints. Standard elbow joints as well. And a swivel joint at the wrist. Same thing for the other side. His arms look a little spindly. They're really small for some reason here. And that's a bit of a negative for me, but they just look a little out of proportion. The rib cage articulation is there, but again, his web gear kind of hampers some of his movement here. but he does have the ab crunch as well. Standard T-hooks at the waist. Double knee joint. It's kind of tricky here. There we go. Double knee joint. Then the traditional swivel and rocker at the ankle. So all in all, good articulation. Slightly hampered by his web gear, but nothing too awful bad. His wrists are a little flimsy looking, but again, not too bad. We can gear him up pretty easily. Stick his backpack on there. Grab his sword. Grab his Uzi. And he's ready to go into combat. So, yeah, this is not a bad Snake Eyes figure. It's definitely not the best one we've ever seen. It's got this crazy skyhook thing that complements it pretty well. But I don't know that I would say go out of your way to get this particular figure. It's not got a whole lot going on for it, so it's a toss-up. If you can run across it for a decent price, pick it up. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. That's it for our review today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to drop some comments down below. Subscribe to our channel, like us, feel free to share it with others if you think it's worth sharing. Till next time, Yo Joe.